Asatu ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mritur ma amritam gamaya avir maedhi rudro yatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from ignorance to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Last class, we are sorry that there was some problem, so the recording was not done properly, and many of you came and missed the discussion. We are sorry for that. It was some problem in the YouTube. But anyhow, that's why I am repeating, though it is there in the available, recorded, but not maybe full. So I am just studying the same verses today, repeating what we read last time, verses. So it will be, the Vedanta is always, repetition is not bad. Our Brahma Sutra says, the avrittir ashakrit upadeshat. What is the way of learning the knowledge or wisdom? Avritti. Avritti means repetition. Ashakrit means not once, again and again. The repetition again and again of Upadesha, the advice, the instruction given by the Upanishads, given by the sadhus, holy people, that helps us to build up our understanding. So, though it is repetition for some people, some of you, but it will not be anything wrong because Vedanta talks about the same reality again and again. I think it will re-establish the thoughts which we are having. Now, the context was this. We will be reading today from verse number 41. We read 42. From 42 verse, which we read the other day also, but it was not transmitted perfectly. So what we are discussing here, how we identify ourselves with the body and mind and not identify with our divine nature. That's due to ignorance, as we know, but that is our normal life. We always identify myself as body. So you are suffering, oh Arjuna, you are suffering. You are in bereavement, you are in pain. But for what? Where is the pain? Where is the bereavement? In your body? No. Your son has passed away. Your body, you are strong enough. Something has happened in your mind. So something has happened in your mind and you are thinking, I am affected. You are not affected. Say your mind is affected. Only make this distinction. So, in the verse number 36, we have read it already, where it is the Sri Krishna said to Arjuna, Manasi shoko santapo, your mind is getting in the bereavement and pain. Dajjamanos tato mono, your mind is getting burning sensation as it were because of the bereavement of your son. Tang pasasi mahabaho, now you, O Arjuna, a mighty armed Arjuna, you can observe how your mind is getting attached. You are drashtasi, you are the witness of your mind. You know mano nahi, you are not the mana, you are not the mind. So this is the ground which is to be hammered, and whole life struggle is to hammer on this idea that I'm not the body, not the mind. How many times we read it, how many times we chant it, but it does not enter. As we have read in the Yoga Vasishta, there is some type of buddhi, our intellect. intellect is sometimes stone-like. Stone-like means not that in the inside brain there is a stone. Not that. But stone, you want to put a nail into the... Yeah, and what happens? Nail will not penetrate into it. It is a stone. Jada buddhi. So, our buddhi is sometimes jada. Not receptive to these higher ideals. How many times we see, how many times you hear, but now I get out and someone looks at me with a frowning face, hey, that's my joy will go away. Huh? He did with me. How can he do? He has done what he did. He did a gesture in the face. You have observed that. You are the witness. You are not that mind. You are not that. So try to analyze, and separate out. This is the Vedanta idea of negation. So that was the verse number 36. And 37 always says that drashta drishyat prithak. Drashta is the witness, and drishya, the object we see. They are always prithak, they are separate. I see the table. I am not the table. I am the witness of something which is called table. So these are separate. Drashta drishyat prithak. No annat tang prithak bilakshana. Or no annat, nothing else. You are bilakshana, you are separate from that. But how do you make this mistake? I am reading 37 verse. How do you say? Abhivekatmano. You cannot analyze, you cannot discriminate, you cannot separate out right and wrong. You have no discernment. Abhivekataha. Mano. And now you are thinking, Dagdho ahamiti mannase. You are thinking, my mind is burning, I am burning. I am weak, I cannot raise my head. This bereavement, I cannot bear it anymore. Huh? I cannot eat anymore. I cannot get out of my bed anymore. Have you seen the patients who become mentally very much depressed for some reason? And that time, physically they are strong. Nothing has happened to the physical body. But mental body has become weak, and with that association, the person is thinking, I am weak. I cannot do anything. I have seen such person coming down from that step to this step. That person is sitting and holding the floor and moving, and then one step down, another step down, another step down. Like a baby's. But he's fully powerful. So this is your association. Why this association? Because you are not a discerning person. You cannot analyze that you are separate, you are the conscious entity. These are all happening in the mind, and mind is really wounded. Our mind is really, it gets its hit. But not me. I am observing my mind. So be always drashta. And this you're happening in your mind. Mind means what? Mind is called 38, 39. It is called antakaranam. Mind is the inner organ. Antakaranam is instrument. Inner instrument. What is the inner? These are eyes are the external instrument. Ears, this is external instrument. Nose, hand, feet, these are external. What is the internal? Behind. You don't see, you cannot catch mind. Can you catch mind by hand? No. But you can watch your mind. When you are meditating, you can see how mind is running here and there. So, antakaranam ekam, then mind is only one, absolutely, you can say. But technically you can call chitta, because you are reading a text, very philosophical text. You have to say, mind is not mind, but mind is chitta. And it has 4 functions. But the same mind functions in different roles and get the name. What is the name? One is called mind. Mind means which? Indeterminate. It cannot decide, it is vacillating. Like our everyday affair. Shall I go to the class? Or no? Shall I eat now or no? Shall I? I shall be a sadhu or not? I shall be a brahmachari or not? Or I shall be whatever. So any thought, you are swinging. What shall I do? What shall I do? This is the function of the mind. After long deliberation, when mind decides, no, I'll go. I have thought enough. I was thinking whether I shall go or not. Now I know I shall go. No? That is the faculty of the mind, which is called buddhi, intellect. And now, which is another factor, memory. I see you, I know that you are Diane. How do I know? My mind just took this picture and went inside quickly, like Google search, in me, and found all types of photographs there, all there. And now actually Google is doing the same principle, what is God has created here in the mind. And he collects all the past memories and matches and says, oh, this is the name, this is the form, she is Diane. So this is called the remembering faculty. But that is also mind. And another is ahankara. I know. I don't know. So I, that is also another aspect. Same mind acts as ego. So antakaranam ekam tatcha chaturvritti samannitam. It has 4 types of actions, activities, vrittis, ripples. And that is called mana, which does sankalpa rupam, buddhi, determinative, anusandhanatmika buddhi, ahankara, abhimana. So, which researching, searching something, finding, Google engine, that brings out the past memory into awareness, matches. That is called the anusandhana, that is called chitta, or ahankara, I, ego, it's abhimana. And how they are born, all these are growing. How in us it grows. Child's mind is one type, adult mind is one type, old mind is another type. But they are growing panchabhutangsu sambhuta. It is gathering its energy from the 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Air, then the earth, that means rice, dal, whatever grows in the earth. Earth, water, fire, air, and space. From all these things, a subtle mind gathers all these things and functions in this way. And that also manifests in the physical body. So, got it? These are very technical things. Don't think that you know. I am reading for so many years, I get confused. So this is not one time, 2 times. I'm doing it last 50 years, more than 50, 60 years now. But still I don't know. It gets confused. Because that is the play of Maya. So don't think, my mind. Your mind is nothing. It is a gross thing. It has gone out of your food. The food you take, that essential, subtle part makes the mind. Gross parts makes the physical body. We say, oh, I am eating too much. I have put some weight. Meaning, the food we take, it has 2 parts. One, the physical part. Physical may adds the body to the flesh, bone, marrow, etc., all the things in the physical level. And the subtle part makes your mind, makes your intelligence, makes your memory, makes your ego. That's why it is said when we eat food, what we do? We offer to God. Why we do offer? Thinking it will be purified. When you think, that means you are thinking, I am taking pure food. Your mind is thinking pure food. So your pure mind is prepared. That's why in India there are too much fuss about impure, pure food. Touch, impure, pure touch. And there are many people who do that. That has some necessity. Because any person who touches the food, its vibration goes to that. Is it not? Any person, suppose you are a devotee, you are taking the name of the Lord and you are preparing the meal. That vibration, pure vibration, you are thinking and you radiate that through your touch, it is going to the food and all the items you prepare. That's why it is said, listen to some beautiful song or chant the name of the Lord and prepare the meal. That will be pure food. And pure food will mean prepare your pure mind. Ahara shuddho chitta suddhi. Very formula. When you take food, aharo, eat. Suddhi, pure food. That's why we always say, take prasad. Don't see some food and grab into the mouth. Before you say, no, oh Lord, please make it pure, and you take. Mentally you do that. What holo? Your mind is lifted to God consciousness. And with that type of transference, that food is becoming purer food called sattvika food. That's why those people who are very bad character or very violent and things, that their touch will come into the food. Ramakrishna could not touch and take food from everyone. Not that he was very reactionary to, they are bad people, I don't take their food. Not that. Their mind level of the mind is so mundane and so worldly or so low. Ramakrishna could not touch that. If he touches, he will feel some pain. If he eats, stomach will go out. So this is the sattvika food is created. So where that is the point that the inner organ does all these things, and it is made of the 5 elements. Ahara shuddhi. So when someone does that, it is for our good knowledge. We are reading Vedanta, but Vedanta has a practical side of it. When you prepare food for any time in your home or in your our center, wherever, if you can think that I am doing for God and repeat the mantra and sing some song or chant some mantra and do that, that will carry holy vibration. And that vibration, that food, when it is offered to God, God also accepts that. God cannot eat other food given by somebody who has no mind and who is evil-minded. Why? Because it is not out of any rejection. But suppose something you cannot digest. It's a question of digestion. Sattvika food can be digested. Tamasa food cannot be. Some people will say, I can't digest your cauliflower. I can. Why? Cauliflower is a thing to eat. Why not? Oh, beans don't suit with me. Why? They are bad? Beans are bad? No. Your system does not take. Similarly, spiritual people with sattvika mind, they cannot take all these things. Anyhow, so gross part of the food makes your gross body. Subtle part, which is your mind, pure mind, prayerful mind, when they do prepare, even you are not prayerful, but you are a holy man, you are touching and you are doing something, that becomes holy. So this is the ahara shuddhi. Then sattvika shuddhi, sattva shuddhi, means your buddhi. Buddhi will be pure. Intelligence.
Is it like that when you are thinking of God or your mind is like one-pointed, this way you are cleaning things properly, you are watching, so you are making it healthy. It is like, if you are not attentive, then some dirt or something can come and unhealthy food is prepared. So even if it is not with devotion, if you are still with one-pointedly doing secularly, will it give the same result?
Secularly you can get a good, nice food, that's all. You go to the good restaurant, what they do? How they prepare, God knows. But when a plate put into the tray, beautiful, all clean, everybody just hot from the cutleries are hot, the plate is so just warm and beautiful design. And that will make you sattvika? No. Who prepares that is sattvika. But we need not have to judge that much, because we are not like Ramakrishna, so sensitive to pure food. But for our purpose, we should have to think that the same my food can be made pure. That's why we purify. Just before the plate, we take, we pray, and we think that God has glanced over it, so it has become pure. You know that story. If you offer a food, does God eat anything? No. You give 8 Rasagullas, 8 Rasagullas comes back. Does God take one? No. Have anyone any experience that you have given some in the lunch for Thakur and you have sent some 6 mangoes pieces and it comes back 5 pieces? No. What he eat then? Deva, gods, don't eat like we munch. Drishtva trippanti. They put their kind glance on the food, like looking that, because that is subtle. By that the food become grist or purified. So, pure food is, of course, pure if you do it dust-free and dirt-free things, no? That's good for health. That will do the healthy part. But to make the mind pure, it should be God's name, pure person doing, pure thinking. At least forget about what others do. We can think of God and do our cooking and serving. All these things can be done. Then it makes a pure mind. So, therefore, Bikari, therefore, they are all made of the 5 elements. And the subtle part makes the mind. Therefore, this body and mind are all created. It is not the uncreate thing. Uncreate is God. Uncreate is Brahman. Uncreate thing is this Satchidananda Atman. But these are all created. Anyhow, and now 48th verse we read also that as Jad Angam Agnina Dagdham, as your anga means one part of your body is burned by Agni, the fire, Janati Purusho Jatha, then you think that, oh, my finger is burnt. But I say, I am burnt. So this identification is coming. Therefore, it is mistake of the mind to understand this. So therefore, as 41 says, as one thinks that I am burnt, where in reality his hand is only burnt, similarly, due to lack of discernment, you are also thinking, I am scorched by grief, while your mind is only grief-stricken. So that is the 41 verse. I have given a synopsis for 15-20 minutes now. Now let us go to the reading again, what we have read the other day. So I don't think that you are bored about hearing the same thing second time. It is always, repetition is good for reminding ourselves. Now the 42nd verse we have read, though I am reading again today, that Jagrati Jayamanam Tat Jagrati Jayamanam Tat Sushupto liyate punaha Sushupto liyate punaha Tvang chapasyashi bodhastvam Tvang chapasyashi bodhastvam Namanoshi shugalaya Namanoshi shugalaya. So Jagrati, that which is born at the waking state, again that which gets dissolved at the time of deep sleep, you are that witness consciousness, observing them, and not the mind, which is the abode of affliction. That which is born at the waking state. Suppose you are sleeping, what happens? Think. When you are in deep sleep, you have no concept of this world. You have no concept of your room. You have no concept of your bed. You have no concept of anything, any person, anything, because you are sleeping. So as you wake up, Jagrati, as soon as you wake up, Jayamanam, then everything was not there, it appears. Similarly, when I am awake and now I am going to sleep, what will happen? All this, my concept about this world will get dissolved. Where? Where does it vanish? Where does it go? My awareness about this world, about my all activities, about my all thinking, what I did whole day, as if it disappears. Where does it go? It goes into your state of deep sleep. It goes into the root of mind. So it dissolves at the time of deep sleep. So that which is born at the waking state, again that which gets dissolved at the time of, and that is what? In your own consciousness. That is the witness consciousness. Witness consciousness says, I am seeing you. Witness consciousness says, I am sleeping. Witness consciousness says, I am dreaming. So witness consciousness, everything dissolves in it, comes out of it. Understand that? The whole universe is coming out of Brahman. We hear in other areas of the Upanishad that everything comes out of Brahman and dissolves into Brahman. So now you just think about yourself, what is happening every day. When you are now after whole day, when you go to sleep, where does it go? Where does it dissolve? Does it vanish altogether? No. It comes back again. But where it rests in the witness consciousness, who is observer. And then again pops up. From where? From the same witness consciousness. So that's the point. That is called witness consciousness, who is observing all this coming and going, dissolving everything. And not the mind. Mind is a part of that observer, observed substance. Observer is the witness consciousness. Observed is the body, is the mind, is the emotion, is the ego, is the intellect. So it comes from the observer, witness consciousness. Everything comes out, and again it dissolves. It is. I give the gross example, like your wristwatch. There is a spring. When you release the spring, it is only 0.1 millimeter or 1 millimeter thin layer of some spring, rolling spring. It is called you are sleeping. You are totally gone, not gone, but everything is wheeled down in the deep sleep condition. Now you pull the spring and stretch it. So when it stretches this far, then what happens? This is called the waking state. Everything is real, so much. And so sleep will be, the dream state will be like little bit of the gross is gone, subtle portion remains. That's why we dream in the dream world. But all these are coming out from the witness consciousness. It's a great idea to think that there is, I am the witness consciousness, which is not going anywhere, not coming from anywhere, it is not ending anywhere, it is not dead, it is not created, it is the always there witness consciousness. Waking state is coming into it, coming out of it. Dream state coming out of it. Sleep also is in it. So it is all this coming and going in the level which is the observed world, and that is I am the witness consciousness. So that was the verse number 42. 43 verse 3 says, Shushupto manase line, Shushupto manase line, Shushupto manase line, Nasoko opi anumatrakaha, Nasoko opi anumatrakaha, Jagrati shokodukhadi, shokodukhadi, Bhavet manasi chottite, Bhavet manasi chottite. I have done all this. You can read the book or you can have it in your computer. I spread out the words Susuptau so that you can chant with me. Please go to the book and then you can join. Susuptau means in the time of deep sleep. Manasi line, when mind gets totally dissolved. Sokopi onumatrako. No. There is no shoka. Shoka means bereavement. You have no anguish, no pain, is it not? When we go to sleep, all our anxieties, worries, all our tension, everything vanishes, is it not? Why does it vanish? Because it is working in the mind, and mind is now going to sleep. So I have no feeling about that. That's why manase line, when it merged into the mind, susupti at the time of deep sleep is dissolved. And that time no soko, there is not a trace of bereavement or pain or anguish, no? Onu matra. Onu means little bit, not even a little trace of that suffering or pain is there. Jagrati, at the time of when in waking state we wake up again, sukha dukkhadi, sukha and dukkha, sorrow and afflictions, manasi chottite bhavet, it exists in the mind again. So it's a miracle going on. This world is so real and we cry and weep and everything. But whenever we go to sleep, all these things stop for that particular time. When you wake up again, mind becomes awake, and with mind all this paraphernalia comes. Its joys, its sufferings, its pain, its anxieties, everything comes. So this is happening when the mind is dissolved in deep sleep. There is no trace of grief at all. In the waking state, when the mind is aroused, again this sorrow, grief, etc. also pops up. Is it not? Every day it is happening. It is called the magician's magic. Every day it is happening for all of us. That's why doctors give some sleeping pill. Who are in extreme pain, even feeling the pain of the body. What they do? Doctors, what they do? They put the mind to sleep. Very simple formula. They are Vedanta, practicing Vedanta by medicine. But yogis and Vedanta student will do that by consciously thinking, I am not the mind. Is it possible? Yeah, let us see. We go to Swami Turiyananda, he did it. It's back surgery. 7, what you call, carbuncle in the back. Big carbuncle. And doctors need, in those days, to put chloroform or something to unconscious, and then they will do the operation. But Harin Maharaj said, okay, don't need to do that. You just do. Only come and tell me when you want to do that. And here, doctors came with surgical instrument and everything, and they did quite a long time, operated upon the carbuncle. And after some hours, done. And Swami also came back and said, are you done? Hari, how can you do that? He did it because he has the power over the mind. Mind was disconnected. So whatever happening in the body, nothing. It matters nothing. So this is the point, that it can be yogis can do one way, and ordinary people can do another way. Medical science can do it another way. To be numb the mind, to make the mind numb. So then you will not feel what is going on. All the severe pain in the body, we take pain medications. What is that? The mind is getting all the time instruction. Oh, it is pain, it is pain, it is pain. You disconnect somewhere. By a Tylenol or whatever, so many pain medication is there. Now, Sarvang Passasi, 44 verse. Sarvang Passasi Sakshi Tvam, Sarvang Pashyasi Sakshi Tvam, Tava Shukaha, Kathang Bada, Shuku Manomai Koshe, Dukkha Udvega Mayadikam, Dukkha Udvega Mayadikam. When in one point he is trying to give the solution, again and again the same solution. Sarvang Passasi. You are observing the pain, my toe is in pain, my back is in pain, my neck is my pain. You are saying my pain in my neck. So you are a sakshi, you are a witness. You think, you are saying so. It is nothing to bring any philosophy. You are the sakshi, you are the witness. Sakshitvam, sarvam. Whatever you are going on, you are only observing. Sakshitvam. Passasi. Tava shoka kathang bada. Tava shoka, your bereavement, your anxieties, worries, pain, anguish. Kathang. Where from it come? How can it be? You are always the observer. Observer has nothing get touched. It is happening in the observed world, made of mind and all the senses.
But we are feeling.
That feeling is also where? Feeling is in your mind. Feeling comes in your mind. If someone, where goes the feeling when the doctors do the surgery for hours? I hear some orthopedic surgeons, they do 24 hours surgery, big surgeries. Continuously goes on and on. What happens? Such a big thing is going on. And why the feeling? Feeling is not there because mind is not there. Feeling happens in the mind. You analyze, Vedanta is so true, you cannot deny it. It's very rational. Either it is happening in the body, or in your mind, or in your emotions, or in your ego. Oh, how he belittled me today. How can he do that? He cannot do you. You have done your ego. So why are you getting identified? Let the rascal ego go. I also want my ego to go. So that I remember my divine ego. So this is the way. That's why even devotees, they undergo so much of torture and tension, but they take it smilingly. Because it is good. They're telling my ego is bad. Okay, good. I myself say my ego is bad. I want to get out my small ego. I want to be in my big ego. People will say, how? You are so doormat-like, no? Your ego is, anyone can trample. Which ego? My big ego. Is there any power in the world who can touch my big ego? Sun, moon, stars, galaxies are all under the control of that witness consciousness. I am that ego. But this puny, tiny ego, I want to get out of it. As a Vedanta student, as a bhakta, I want to get out. As a jnani, I want to expand my ego to that grand ego. Not this petty ego. Can anyone criticize me, my great ego? They will criticize my small ego. So why shall I not appreciate that guy? He is my friend. Today, Buddha, which is Buddha's day? Tonight, almost we can say, tomorrow is the Buddha. So Buddha's day. So Buddha, what? Somebody came and just abused him right and left for a long time. And Buddha sat like that. And afterwards said, when the other guy got exhausted, saying so many bad things, then Buddha silently said, "You are done?" "Yes." Suppose you are bringing a gift to your friend, and you give it, but that friend does not take it. To what does it go back? So I have not taken anything what you said. So it goes back to you. So my big ego, when we stand in our big ego, no one can harm that. People sometimes think it is a foolishness. It is, yes, in ordinary level it is foolishness. In spiritual life, it is a boon. Someone is smashing my ego. That's why in this Ramakrishna order it is said, don't be a monk, because they will crush your ego. It is called ego crushing machine. Ramakrishna mission is called Ramakrishna machine. And Ramakrishna machine is ego crushing machine. All the angularities, you did this, you did that, you did that, you did that. Polish it. And you become perfect. So it's free from ego. So that is the ultimate goal. That's why someone criticizes, they feel joy. He is my friend. I myself hate my ego. So he is telling something good. He is helping me to remember that I am not the mind, this mind, that ignorant mind. Anyway, that's why you are witnessing, you are the witness of everything you see. Tell me, where is your bereavement? Bereavement is only happening in your mental state. That generates suffering, anxiety, fear. Suffering, anxiety, fear, and the similar such thing. 45 verse says, Swarupa anubodhena Swarupa anubodhena Tadatma adhyasa yogata Tadatmya adhyasa yogata Avivekan manodharmam Avivekat manodharmam Matva chatmo nishochasi Matva chatmo nishochasi. So Swarupa, why are you sochasi? Why are you feeling this pain, anguish, bereavement? Because Swarupa anubodhena. You are not understanding your Swarupa. What is your real nature? What are you really? You are wrongly thinking this is you. This is not you. Neither it's mind, neither it's intellect, neither it's knowledge. You are a knowledgeable person. No, you are not. You are not knowledgeable. You are the knowledge itself, Satchidananda. So always think that way. To me, you are not knowing that Swarupa anubodhena. It is there, but you are not aware. Being unaware of your Swarupa, your essential nature, when the mind is dissolved in this sleep, there is no trace. Swarupa, you are witness of everything you see. 45 we are reading, no? Sorry. 45 says, due to lack of knowledge of your real self, you are not aware of your own divine self. Swarupa, your own essential nature, you can say also essential nature, because of the lack of knowledge of your essential nature, real self, anubodhena, tadatma adhyasa yogata, you have identified, not only you have forgotten your own self, but you have identified with something else. First you have forgotten your own nature, and then you have identified with another thing which you are not true. You have forgotten it is the rope, but you have attached yourself to the snake idea. So though you are touching the rope, you are crying, snake, 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 and jump and howl. Similarly, you are standing on Brahman, the Atman, Swarupa, Not knowing that, you are seeing the terrible thing as fear, anxiety, worries, loss, gain, etc. Hmm? Coronavirus, of course. Coronavirus is dangerous. But that is dangerous to the body, dangerous to the mind, not to the soul. That's the same thing, same formula. Coronavirus is killing the body, stopping the heartbeat. Yes, it is physical, working in the physical, and it is in the made of 5 elements, acting with the 5 elements. But the Atman, I am a witness. Corona has attacked me. I am attacked by Corona. I means your body. So your body will suffer for that. But by the Atman, what will happen to that? Nothing has happened. It is an observer, witness. So think this way. Even in the turmoil of all difficulties, Vedanta can make one strong to think. This is called the real thinking, just thinking, which is true. It does not. We don't charge money. This book does not charge money anyone. But no one reads this book. But people spend so much money to get other advice, what to do in Corona. Yeah, that's true. But we pay money, we go and spend our time and energy, but not here. So here is the question, due to lack of the knowledge of yourself, false identification of the mind with the self, and due to lack of proper discernment, and you have superimposition of the characteristics of the mind on the self. Characteristic of the mind on the self. And self is forgotten. Who am I? Have forgotten. And I am thinking I am a beggar. Many people do that, no? When their brain goes out, they think like. So, forgetting their own status and whatever mind is teaching them to think that way and act that way. 46. Therefore, Shokang tarati chatmaggaha, Shokang tarati chatmaggaha, Shruti vakyang vinishchinu, Shruti vakyang vinishchinu, Atah prajatnato vidvan, Atah prajatnato vidvan, Atmanam viddhi phalguna, Atmanam viddhi phalguna. So, Shokang tarati chatmagga. Upanishad says, one can cross the ocean of bereavement. How? Shokang tarati. Who? Who is the Atmagga, the knower of Brahman, the knower of Atman, who I am. If one knows this, Upanishad says, Rishis, the sages say, that that person can cross the ocean of grief, overcomes all grief. Therefore, what will be your task now? Ataha prajatnato. Make much effort. Make extreme effort. For what? Vidwan atmanam viddhi. Atmanam viddhi. Know thyself. Know who you are. Oh Phalguna, oh Arjuna, please know who you are, essential nature. So this is the conclusion of the chapter Shanti Gita. The first chapter ends. So the essential meaning is that what we have learned in the entire chapter is this: it has happened, whatever is happening in the body and mind. Don't identify yourself that you are getting that brunt of that. It is on your mind, it is happening. Mind happening, but you are foolishly thinking it is happening with you. And if that you can give up and search for who you are in reality, then all your bereavement and suffering will end. No one can give you peace unless you practice your own, this practice of identification, disidentifying practice. That you are not this body, neither its pain and suffering, But you are Atman. Think. And whatever is happening, pause a moment and think where it is happening. Is it happening in my body? Or is it happening in my mind? Or my understanding? People fight. Each religion fights with other. Why? Intellectually, those who have reached the realization, they don't fight. They know it is one. But those people who have no knowledge, intellectually they fight. They say, my religion is true, your religion is not. And they go on fighting, first intellectual fight. It comes to the physical level, sword, with a fight, with a sword and gun, all this, no? All intellectual. In the mind, people create this distinction. White, this white supremacy, people talk about that. This caste distinction, people talk about that. It's all in the mind level. Huh? So mind think that he is another color person, he is a different person. I am the right person, and that is not the right. So everything is happening in this level. So if one understands, the purpose of life is to get the inner peace. How? By knowing thyself. Know thyself. Know thyself. And take out the misconception. And misconception will go away when we hold on to the truth. And truth is that I am Atman, and we also learn from Atman everything comes out. It stays there and it goes back again. Every day it is happening. Waking, dream, sleep, waking, again dream, again sleep. This rotation. But where it is happening? On the Atman witness. Witness is behind. He is standing all the time, watching all this going and coming. Okay, so we end here, and if you have any question, then we will go for 5 minutes. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Now you will find, next time we will start with 2nd chapter, and you will find that 2nd chapter on your computer. It has been posted already. Any question?
One comment.
This ego has too much attachment to the feeling. It is not allowing me to be Sakshi. Yes, you are correct. That's why we are to purify our ego. This ego which I have now, this is too much attachments. Because it is, just we read last verse, this attachment is coming into because the ignorance and forgetting that I am a witness, not identifying with the witness, but identifying with the objects which I am seeing. So, this is the mistake. That's why we are suffering so much. How to get out of this attachment? Again and again we have to understand, it is not me. I am not my shirt. I am not my house. As we say, I am not my body. I am more than that. I am not my mind. I am more than that. I am the observer of the mind. So attachment will go away by this process, every time reminding the mind which is in ignorance have got attachment, the same mind will help us to detach. Swami Vivekananda's beautiful word is a de-hypnotizing. We are hypnotized. Really we are passing a life of hypnotist life. So hypnotized, how much people talk, how much holy people give us blessings, how much they teach us, my mind roundabout way goes back to the same ignorant state. But if we work on that sincerely, this is a wrong association, a bad association. You know, we used to say that proverb, a man is known by the association he keeps. Is it not? A person is known with which type of friend he has. So if he has a good friend, intellectual level, oh, then it's the intellectual circle. If his friend is a rubbish friend, so he becomes rubbish. If his friend is a very spiritual person and you have good friendship, means you are also spiritual. You are seeing that. So we are association, wrong association. And that association in the body with the mind has been so thousands and thousands of times we have identified with body. That's why we have become like body. Rama, Janmantara, they say Yogavasishta. Janmantara Satobhasta Rama Sangsara Sangasriti. Tang tu bina obbhasu yogena nakshiyate kuchit. Oh Rama, you are being born again and again and again and again. And what you have born with the body. Look at the animals, look at the minor microbes even, trying to be alive. Something dangerous coming, death, running away from death. No? So we have been attached to keep this body. You watch a very small, tiny ant is also walking. You stop it, say spider in the corner. You just see how it gets started. There, even the silverfish, did you see that? If you watch their behavior, all trying to save their life. I'll die. So going this way, going that way. So, and we are like that. We are silverfish, we are cats, we are dogs, we are amoeba, we are everything. So we have gone through all this experience. And what we have learned? Attachment for the body. To keep alive, to keep alive. That's why no one wants to die. That's why Rama, O Rama, Vasishtha Dev advised Rama, O Rama, Janma Antara Sata Abhasta. And hundreds and hundreds of births you have practiced this, Janma. Yes, therefore you are remaining in the world and thinking it is true. Now, Bina Abhasa Yogena, you have to practice now. No, I am not. I am separate from it. With this serious thinking, you will attain to your goal. Okay? Oh, Nididhasana, too hard with worldly people. Is it necessary to need holy company? Yeah, you are correct. Nididhasana is a deeper subject. At least we start Sravana. Sravana means read yourself and think yourself. Deep thinking is manana. Repetitive thinking, serious thinking, we will have to do. And nididhyasana means deeper. So Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, these are the three ways Vedanta teaches how to get out of this ignorance. So we'll have to practice that. Yes, true. Where will you get such friend who will discuss with you the spiritual issues? So it is difficult, but we'll have to try our best and pray to God to give some holy company. And holy company, by His grace, it will happen. So I think no more questions. So thank you all. And tomorrow will be gospel class, but Seva Pranav Mataji will be giving the class at 7:30 p.m. Oh, sorry. Tomorrow is not right. Tomorrow is the Buddha's birthday celebration. And Daya Prana Mataji will give a very nice presentation. Please come and enjoy. 8. Not 7:30? 7:30. The same time. The same class time, 7:30 it will start. Please come or you be online. It will be broadcast that way. Thank you all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Panamastu.